just to recount my symptoms a bit, I started off, I was playing a soccer game and got hit, and then I wasn't evaluated by the trainer during the game. And so I played the rest of, it was about 35 more minutes of soccer. And during that time, I remember my head was throbbing. I didn't feel too poorly like otherwise. Like obviously there was pain, but because I had just had a collision, I figured that was part of that. But then I kind of felt weird after the game, maybe felt a little bit nauseous and just wasn't feeling quite right. So I ended up having my mom drive me home instead of like driving myself home. And the next day, I still wasn't feeling well. I remember I went to the trainer after a day of school and had reported that I was a bit sensitive to light, a bit sensitive to noise. My head was still really hurting, and that was kind of the common thread through this all. And that essentially happened 3.5 years ago, and I've had a headache of varying degrees ever since. So was kind of diagnosed with post-concussive syndrome, have seen multiple neurologists, and the main symptom has always been just like the constant pain of the headache. And the headache is varying in degrees. So sometimes if I'm like reading or looking at a screen or listening to someone talk, focusing really hard, or sometimes with physical activity if I'm active after a period of rest. Sometimes if I'm really tired, if I'm sick, if I'm stressed, there's just like different things that increase the intensity of the headache. But other than that, there's some difficulty focusing, had some difficulty remembering, some things at times. Tip of the tongue syndrome is kind of when you forget a word and you can't find your words. Noticed that a lot, especially near the beginning. And yeah, so the sensitivities to light and noise have continued for a while, but the pain in the head pain has been the most challenging symptom because it's been like the most present symptom. And then some like random bouts of nausea and kind of like unexplained dizziness, kind of just feeling like I need to almost grab onto stuff to make sure I'm not like falling over, things like that. But yeah, so various symptoms, and they've persisted for quite some time.